getting answers for Western Massachusetts. This is Western Mass News.
I've been driving and they've been this here and on this side, and they will literally be doing wheelies on both sides of my car with my baby screaming, and they're laughing.
Coming up, we hear from a local family who was taunted by disruptive dirt bike riders.
UMass Amherst announced commencement plans for 2021. I'm Leon Purvis, and coming up, hear reaction from a senior.
And Step 4 Phase 1 begins this Monday. Coming up, we'll break down when you can get back to fun-filled events this summer. Janna.
Beautiful and warmer weather is on the way. I'll have the details in my first warning forecast.
We're following developing news tonight as UMass Amherst announces its 2021 commencement plan. Thanks for joining us, everyone, on this Friday. I'm Chris Pisano. The good news is in-person ceremonies will be held this year, but no guests will be allowed. Western Mass News reporter Leon Purvis joins us now live in Amherst with reaction. Leon.
Chris, right here on May 14th is where the commencement will be held, but it will look much different. On that day at McGurk Alumni Stadium, the UMass undergraduate class of 2021 at Amherst will be split into four small groups. They must be masked and socially distant from their classmates, but there will be no guests allowed. Also, there will be a COVID-19 testing requirement for those at the ceremony. Western Mass News caught up with a senior for a reaction.
I'm happy that we're actually doing something. I know it was kind of tough, especially for last year's seniors, not being able to have anything. So to actually have something is nice. The only thing for that is, obviously I wish my parents could be there. So for me, that's kind of like the only thing that I'm kind of like, I wish, something could be worked out for that.
Last year's in-person commencement ceremony was canceled due to COVID, but the university is planning to do something for them as well during the 2021 homecoming celebrations in November. Coming up tonight on Western Mass News, the impact that the limited commencement ceremony could have on businesses in Amherst. For now, live in Amherst, Leon Purvis, Western Mass News.
Leon, thank you for that live report. The Springfield Police Department is continuing to crack down on illegal dirt bikes after successful operations last week confiscated 20 illegal bikes. Many people now say they are pleased to feel safer on the roads. Western Mass News reporter Lindsay Kane is live in Springfield with more. Lindsay.
Chris, I spoke to a father who says dirt bikers terrorized him with his 10-month-old son also in the car. He says he's looking forward to police taking more and more of these vehicles off the roads.
We would literally watch the cops play tag with the vehicles.
Nicholas Foley tells Western Mass News he's seen the dirt bike issue in the city of Springfield firsthand.
It was literally nonstop every single night, and it was affecting it to the point where sleep was being affected.
He says he could hear the illegal riders from his house on Liberty Street as he would get ready to put his son to bed. He says he fears for his family's safety when driving around the city.
I've been driving and they've been this here and on this side, and they will literally be doing wheelies on both sides of my car with my baby screaming. And they're laughing.
That's why he's thrilled to see the police department's recent successful crackdown, taking more and more of these bikes off the roads.
We were able to get 20 illegal off-highway vehicles, most of them dirt bikes or ATVs, off the street, and 17 arrests.
This video released by Mass State Police, you can see some of those arrests from the air wing used to catch these illegal riders. You can see the bikes weaving in between traffic and speeding down the road. But spokesperson for the Springfield Police Department, Ryan Walsh, tells Western Mass News some riders do far more than just speed.
There's been numerous incidents already this year where dirt bikers in packs will swarm a car. They will start kicking your side view mirror, damaging your car. And there was one incident where someone on a dirt bike pulled out a firearm and shot at someone who was driving a car.
Walsh says with warmer weather on the way again, this won't be the last successful operation.
Not one and done. We can't reveal our strategy. If you're going into the Super Bowl, I don't think Bill Belichick's handing over his game plan before we go out. But even if there's not a...
Walsh says 4 of those bikes were reported as stolen, and they're hopeful to get those back to their proper owners. Live in Springfield, Lindsay Kane, Western Mass News.
Lindsay, thank you for that live report. Monday, Massachusetts will enter the next phase of reopening, which means arenas like the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield gets to open up to spectators. Western Mass News reporter Jordan Jagalinzer joining us now live with more on what events fans can expect. Jordan.
Yeah, Chris, the Mass Mutual Center has still been busy over the course of the last year, planning for events happening as early as next month.
Just so eager to get back to serving, the local community and hosting events and bringing foot traffic to Springfield and Western Massachusetts.
The Mass Mutual Center hasn't had an audience since March of 2020, but that's about to change.
We'll be hosting USA Gymnastics on April 23rd and 25th, as well as May 1st and 2nd.
Sean Dolan, general manager of the Mass Mutual Center, tells Western Mass News as the state reopens for step 1 of phase 4, they'll be able to welcome back hundreds of fans.
That brings our capacity to about 800 for a hockey game with our fixed seating in the arena.
This as the state opens ballparks, arenas, and indoor and outdoor stadiums at a 12% capacity starting Monday. But they've been working all year to bring events back to spectators.
Some exciting marketing and sales initiatives that we've been developing over the past year.
Bringing in more revenue to Springfield.
Their competitors, their coaches, the families will be frequenting downtown Springfield. We'll be staying at the hotels, eating at the restaurants, and again, getting back to what this building is here to do, and that's generate economic impact.
Very exciting stuff. And for more information on the next phase, that being step 1, phase 4, starting on Monday, you can head to our website, westernmassnews.com. Reporting live for Western Mass News, I'm Jordan Jaglinzer. Janna, over to you.
Thanks, Jordan. It has been a chilly day, but it should be. It's the final day of winter. Mid-30s in the Berkshires to Hilltowns, lower 40s for the lower Pioneer Valley. And that's where we're sitting currently, right around 40 degrees. Actually, we've just dropped to 39. Looking out from our Six Flags sky cam, beautiful blue sky out there, but it is blustery. So we have a wind chill of 31. So definitely feeling winter-like today. Temperatures are currently just below 40 degrees now throughout the valley. And we've got some lower to middle 30s still in the Hilltowns. Now, once wind backs off, which it's expected to do. Right now, it's still whipping, especially throughout the valley. Winds should become calm by midnight, and at that point, we are going to see those temperatures really tumble. Right now, we do have a clear sky. Barely a cloud in sight, and we're going to keep that almost straight through the entire weekend. So blue skies, no cloud cover. This evening, 7 p.m., we still have kind of a healthy breeze, but we're dropping toward the middle 30s. Once we get down toward 11 p.m., temperatures are already hitting middle 20s as wind really starts to back off. And then as we go into early tomorrow morning, I would say we're going to start the day off in the middle to upper teens. So a very cold beginning to the day. Spring officially beginning, I think, at like 5:37 in the morning. So our first day of spring is going to impress. Temperatures jump almost 40 degrees into the afternoon with highs reaching middle to upper 50s. Now we'll take a look at the rest of your forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Chris.
And Janna, thanks. Now at 6, the man shot Tuesday in Springfield has been identified. Police tell Western Mass News 22-year-old William Parker was shot near College and Shattuck Streets. He was brought to Bay State Medical Center where he later died. That case remains under investigation by Springfield Police and the DA's office. Going over to West Springfield, residents will be able to give their input on the railroad crossing that frequently is blocked from Front and Bridge Streets. And members of West Springfield and Agawam City Council will be in attendance along with several state reps. The Department of Public Utilities has launched an investigation on CSX's operations. The forum will be held this Monday online over Zoom at 6 p.m. This afternoon, the Special Committee on the Holyoke Soldiers Home COVID-19 outbreak met for a public hearing. Attorney Mark Pearlstein testified, detailing the deadly COVID-19 outbreak at the home last spring. Pearlstein and his staff were appointed by Governor Baker's administration to conduct an independent review of the outbreak that claimed the lives of at least 76 veterans. After the report, state leaders presented a $400 million bond bill that would fund the construction of a more modern 224-bed home for the state's vets. A state commission report in the fall concluded that if plans to remodel the facility had gone through sooner, the pandemic tragedy might have been avoided.
It seems to me that there were a lot of people that knew what was going to happen in this situation. It was predictable from a clinical perspective.
And this is now the 7th in a series of hearings intended to inform the committee as it prepares legislative recommendations to ensure this tragedy never occurs again. 2 former leaders of the home were charged with criminal neglect in the deaths at the home.